Hey guys, my name is Dave Seminara. I'm a journalist, and I live here in sunny, usually sunny Florida, but I'm originally from Buffalo. And I want to give you guys a little rundown on my new book. It's called Footsteps of Federer, a fan's pilgrimage across 7 Swiss cantons in 10 acts. Just wanted to sort of give you the inside story behind this. Basically, I've been a Federer fan for years, a huge Federer fan, and I've been a tennis player since I was 4 or 5 years old. But I had various different injuries and illnesses, and I was sort of in and out of the game. And in 2017, I got this really bad autoimmune disease, which attacked my legs and my feet and then spread to my torso and arms, and I couldn't play tennis. I was a far cry from playing tennis. I'm doing this video standing up. I wouldn't have been able to stand for a long time comfortably back in 2017. The disease was so bad. And I never thought I'd play tennis again. I wasn't sure whether I'd be able to walk comfortably again, or even stand comfortably again, let alone play tennis. I was even thinking about amputating my legs below the knees at one point. Thank God I didn't do that. The doctors told me I'd get better. A couple of years later, I did. By like the summer of 2019, I was feeling well enough again that I thought I could play tennis. But after a couple of years of really bad suffering, I thought I owe it to myself. I want to treat myself to do something special. So I thought, I want to make my tennis come back on hallowed ground. I want to do it on courts where Roger has played before in Switzerland. So I thought this would be great. I could make my tennis come back in Switzerland, and I could not only do that, but have a full-on Federer pilgrimage. Go to the neighborhoods where he's lived in, visit where he grew up, check out the schools where he was educated, the tennis, the Swiss House of Tennis Academy where he really learned the game. And also find out, where he and Mirka got married, just really learn more about Roger and do this intense Federer pilgrimage. And I was able to thankfully turn it into a business trip. I am a writer. I didn't want to just tell my wife I'm going for a 2-week Federer vacation. So I was able to turn it into a business trip by pitching the story to the New York Times travel section, and they agreed to publish a story about it. Which was great. I got credentials to the Swiss Indoors Tennis Tournament in October. This was October 2019. I was the only English-speaking reporter there, so I had a chance to ask Roger tons of questions, which was great. And I got a chance to watch Federer win his 10th Swiss Indoors, which is at the moment, I'm recording this right after Roger just beat Gasquet at Wimbledon. Hopefully he's going to win Wimbledon, but for the moment, I was there for the last tournament that Roger won in Basel, which was pretty amazing. It's his hometown tournament where he was a ball boy, and it's sort of a really special tournament to him. So I was there in 2019. Little did I know that a pandemic was coming and that I wouldn't be able to go back to Switzerland for a really long time, or that the tournament would be canceled for the next 2 years. Who could have ever imagined that? But it was sort of like a dreamlike experience to travel in Roger's footsteps. I mean, you can really learn a lot about someone by traveling in their footsteps. Roger could obviously choose to live anywhere in the world. He could be like Djokovic and many other tennis players and live in Monte Carlo, but he chooses to stay in Switzerland. And he's really a product of his country. I mean, his personality, his humility, everything about him is really quite Swiss. So I really wanted to get to know this country. So the book is really about Roger, but you'll also learn a lot about Switzerland and Swiss culture by reading it as well too, because Roger is very Swiss. And I wanted to visit all of the places where he's lived, to see his houses, to see his neighborhoods, because he could live anywhere in the world. But I wanted to, I thought that you could understand him better by seeing those things, and also seeing where he and Roger and seeing where Roger and Mirka got married and such, seeing the schools where he went to, and obviously playing tennis on the courts where he's played, and talking to people that he's interacted with, and along the way, Switzerland, it's a country of 10 million people, but you end up just bumping into people and meeting people serendipitously, like very serendipitously. For example, I got a chance to meet Father Urban Federer, who's the abbot of an incredible monastery in Switzerland, which is called the Einsiedeln Abbey, which is an important place of pilgrimage in Switzerland. I wanted to start my journey there because I was on a pilgrimage, a Federer pilgrimage, and I thought, what better place to do it than Switzerland's most important pilgrimage place? But as it turned out, the abbot of the monastery is a Federer as well too. He's a distant relation of Roger's. He's a huge fan of Roger's, so I got to pray with him and bond over our mutual dislike of Novak Djokovic, which was awesome. Just very coincidentally, I bumped into one day Robert and the twins at a luxury hotel where they were staying. I accidentally, coming off of a tennis court, I met Roger and Mirka's former dentist, who told me about how beautiful Mirka's teeth are, which is just lovely and bizarre. It turned out to be one of the titles of the chapter. So this is actually, it's a really fun book. It's a really fun and entertaining read. It's a quick read. I think Federer fans are going to love this book. The audiobook edition is also awesome. It won an Earphones Award from Audiophile magazine. The narrator is just spectacular. So if you're a Roger Federer fan, this is a must-read for you. It's a really fun read. Here we are, almost midway through Wimbledon. I hope Roger's going to win it. And that's it. Thanks, guys. Check out Footsteps of Federer.